USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at USAA.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
The Abercrombie Kids Summer Sale is in full swing, with up to 50% off select styles for the season. Summer plans, vacation, and camp days are all covered, with new dresses, shorts, tees, and swim. Abercrombie Kids has the summer staples they need and the looks that they want to wear. Shop in-store, online, or in the app. Offer applies to select styles as indicated. Discount applied at checkout online.
This episode is brought to you by Temptations Cat Treats. Your cat will come running for the perfectly irresistible Temptations Creamy Puree and Temptations Lickable Spoon Cat Treats. The best time to feed lickable cat treats to your cat is anytime. Feed by hand for a playful moment, in a bowl for a creamy treat, or as a topper to make mealtime fun. Visit TemptationsTreats.com to learn more.
Welcome to another Find the Edge production for the Premier League Cricket Club. Connecting players and coaches, clubs and leagues, volunteers and supporters alike, you're in the right place for the best of the 33 ECB Premier Leagues and the 20 NCCA counties, bringing you the stories, the stats and the standout performances that make this game great. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to both our Premier League and NCCA shows so you don't miss any episodes. Now, shall we get stuck in? So welcome everybody to the Premier League Cricket Show, and we're going to do one of our little specials today. As you've probably noticed on our website, anything that's not directly cricket results or directly cricket related, we're calling it the Overthrow now. In simple terms, we're going to talk to people in and around cricket and about what they're all about and what drives them to do what they do. We're going to start with someone slightly different though, because this lady is on the, shall we say, periphery of cricket, or at least she was until a few weeks ago, because she was and she is the original cricket widow, Liv Bythell. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. A little bit nervous, actually.
Nothing to be nervous about. You are the original cricket widow, but I say periphery because we will come to it. You're actually going to be playing in a few weeks' time as well now, and we'll come to that later. But as the original cricket widow, what prompted you to start putting stuff out on your socials about being the cricket widow?
Well, I think so. Initially, I actually found it very hard being a cricket widow. I think when I've grown up in a cricket family, my granddad's always played, my dad's always played, always been in amongst it. But all of a sudden, when it's your partner that's the cricket widow, it became quite a lonely place. I feel like if it was one game a weekend, you probably could get on with it. But cricket's cricket. It's not one game a weekend. Quite often you've got Friday games, double headers, and it just became quite a lot. And you felt very on your own with it. So I probably initially started the Cricket Widow page just to kind of see if there's anybody else out there that was feeling very similar. And sure enough, there is.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. So yeah, like my dad has stopped playing cricket for probably since we were born, because I understand it's quite hard to play when you've got kiddies as well. Yeah. But I never really looked at it from like what my mum must have gone through, my grandma. I also think cricket has changed a lot from back in the past, because it probably once a day, it probably was just one game a weekend. Whereas now it is a full summer takeover of cricket, and it became a lot. But as soon as I put a little post out about being on your own for most of the weekend, there were a lot of other people out there, and it was just so nice to finally find some people to relate to. It was really, really good.
Well, I'm going to just use Premier League as the basic example. There's 360-ish Premier League teams around the country. 11 players means there's 4,000 players on the pitch on a Saturday. So in theory, just at Premier League level, you've got a good chance of possibly 4,000 cricket widows out there.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. As soon as I put up a post, the amount of messages, which was a lot from girls saying, I've never felt so seen. And I think that was the biggie for me, because you kind of just get on with it. You get on with it and you're like, yeah, I'm fine, it's fine. Get to the middle of the season, you're like, oh, this is a lot. And how long does it go on for? How many years? And when a lot of your other friends aren't cricket widows, they're off busy doing other things, and you get that they've got their own lives, but so quite often you don't have the cricket widow friends. But like now, you're like, people just start chatting, speaking up, and you're like, yeah, you understand exactly how I'm feeling, and I get how you were feeling, and that became quite a nice relief for, I would say, and that's just how it started, really. But yeah, there's thousands out there, and it's so nice to finally chat to them all. It's really nice. It's really good.
It is, and yeah, I'm in my mid-50s, and I remember inverted commas cricket back in the day and all this type of stuff. And it is nice that round the grounds in particular, you do see a different audience to 30, 40 years ago. And you do see a lot more of the families come down. You do see a lot more of the cricket widows coming down to actually watch the partners, the wives, the grandparents in particular are always coming down, to say the least. Have you seen even that change in the past number of years that you've been around that cricketing world?
Yeah, I think so. I think quite often you go down to the cricket because that's the only time that you will see them, and it is being a part of it. But I also think that clubs are kind of getting on board now with the fact that actually it can be such a fab family place for the kids to grow up at, for grandparents to be there, and it makes the family, if a club is very welcoming of all of the family, it makes it a lot easier for the house to play cricket because everyone's happy in the camp. I quite often think if someone's obviously going out for however long a day, 10 hours a day, it becomes quite difficult. Whereas if clubs are making it much more family orientated for childcare, for just for people to enjoy the Saturdays, I think I've definitely seen a change, and there is more people turning up at the clubs that make it a friendly place to be.
How long have you been with Ty now?
9 years.
So that's 9 seasons of cricket and a hell of a lot of cricket that you've been in. And I'm sure you took this decision, shall we call it, not very lightly, that you went, hang on a minute, the only way I'm going to see this lad is actually by being there on a Saturday, on a Sunday, on a Friday, on a whenever it is training. And I know you do some of the coaching now, you get involved in the All-Stars, Dynamos, that type of thing. Was that part of it as well? Like, look, I'm going to throw myself in.
Yeah, I think it took me a good few years. It was difficult because Tyler always played like an hour away. So it was always a hard one to kind of, it wasn't my local club where my dad used to play. So it was always difficult because you travel an hour and it could chuck it down. He could be out after 2 balls, but you kind of committed to the day. So it was always quite a tough one to kind of, for the first few years, to kind of go with. So I was like, it's probably like, what if you're out after 5 minutes and I'm stuck in Liverpool? And I've not, and it's like, yeah. Whereas after a good few years and you thought, yeah, no, I'm going to have to throw myself into it. I'm all for sport, very into the sport. And I think it's great for men to play cricket. I think it's so good having that break, that camaraderie. But yeah, I've had to throw myself into it because it's not just a Saturday. Like with the league they're in, it's probably Saturday, Sunday, most weekends, bar 3 at the beginning of the season, and that's because they do pretty well. Then it's a 2020 night, trainings 2 nights a week. So yeah, I've had to kind of think, no, do you know what? I'm going to have to go and start watching a lot more. And yeah, I think, yeah, I just have to.
You said at the beginning, though, you were brought up in a cricketing family. Yours is a cricketing family, it's a sporting family, full stop. But the difference between your number one sport and cricket in particular is, in your number one sport, if it's pouring down with rain, you'll still play.
Yeah.
You'll get to play for as many minutes as you have to play, and you're involved and you can watch it all along, because your number one sport's hockey. So as a hockey player, did you find that getting thrown into that cricketing spectator style, it's like, bloody hell, come on. Yeah, at least when I'm a game of hockey, I can watch the whole thing, see what's going on. Whereas I might see, my guy go out there, as you say, for 2 minutes flat. I'm sure Ty's been out once or twice for a golden duck. Mentally, that it's just a different way of approaching it, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, the amount of stick that he will get from us all, even from a cricketing family, it's like, oh, what we're coming to watch? Like, we're all day just watching you stood in the field. But yeah, it's like you get a solid chunk of a game to watch. So if Tyler comes and watches hockey, but he knows he's got 70 minutes of watching us play, whereas that's an unknown every weekend, and it's the common thing of, oh God, like it's just cricket, and it just makes you laugh every Saturday night, whether you get home and it's chucked it down and you watch the covers come on and off all day. You think, what could I have been doing? But it's like, well, I'd have just been doing nothing really on my own. And that's a big thing of the Cricket Widows page. It's trying to also encourage that it's actually all right to go and do stuff on your own. Otherwise, you end up kind of not doing very much. It's kind of finding a balance between it all, I would say. Going and watching cricket, doing stuff for yourself, just doing whatever you feel like on either that weekend, I think.
Yeah.
It is one of those sports, you just never know.
Absolutely. And I think if I look from the outside in at what you've done over the last year, and obviously I spent a lot of time with the guys at Northern last year, and for anyone who's listening, yes, we spent a lot of time with Northern, but that's because they got to 2 National Bloody Cup finals. And I say to any club right now, get yourself to 2 National Cup finals. We'll spend a lot of time with you automatically. Because we got a bit of stick in the Windsor from 1 or 2 for that, would you believe? But around what you've done from last year to this year, I think you've made almost a little bit of a change furthermore for yourself, where you've gone, right, actually, I'm not going to do every Saturday, Sunday these double headers. I am going to spend one day doing my own stuff, and one day I will come to the cricket.
Yeah, that's what I've tried to really look at it, because otherwise you kind of get a bit stuck in that, oh, I'm going again today, I'm doing it again. And again, for us, like, Tyler would stay over on a Saturday night because it's an hour away. So there's no point him coming home to go again at 8 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. So it wasn't, when I say it's a full weekend, it's a full weekend. Yeah. So I kind of thought, do you know what? No, you can, because I enjoy watching cricket, but then watching cricket 2 days every weekend, then you start to think, I'm not enjoying watching cricket. So yeah, I really tried this year to kind of plan it a lot more, that I'll try and go one of the days and then have a day doing anything for myself or with friends, just to kind of break it up. Because a lot of girls have said, oh, like, what do you do? Like, how do you go and do stuff on your own? Yeah. And it does take practice, like anything does. Like, you just got to start off small, little steps, and then it just becomes natural, like anything does, and you just end up quite enjoying it in the end.
And I think a lot of partners and wives are in this very similar situation where they've got fellas who are at cricket, and they're not part of that cricketing inverted commas set to start with, because their own friend circle is outside of that.
Yeah.
But they feel like, oh, well, I should go to cricket because he's there. And it's a bit of a chicken and egg, isn't it? And it's fair to say, don't worry about joining the cricket sec if you've got your own circle already. Do your own thing and just ingratiate yourself slowly but surely the way you have.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of like things you will go to on your own. It's like, I've got 2 weddings this weekend. I know I'm going on my own, but it's the fact that you have to accept that. And I think once you've accepted that and you're cool with it, you really don't think about it again, because you just know that's how it is.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing to get over, I think, for a lot of people is the waiting and the early, like, oh yeah, you will be home at this time, but it's never like that, because it's such a hard game. You don't know what time it's going to finish. So that waiting period of, oh, they might be home in an hour, or they'll be back. That's the wobbly part, I would say, because you're just kind of waiting on them. Whereas if you can kind of get over that bit and just accept that this is how it is, this is what it's going to be like, then it becomes a lot easier. I would say that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I think you're bang on. I mean, we have in the Liverpool and district competition where Tyler plays, they have timed games. But even around the rest of the country where they have 50 over games, you can't guarantee that 50 overs is going to finish at a certain time. Yeah. And if the rain comes and there's a delay, and we all know that cricket, unfortunately, is a game that whether you put a time limit on it from start to finish, it just doesn't happen.
No.
And it's been accepting of that, isn't it?
Yeah. I did learn, though, that apparently in New Zealand or Oz, that they actually start the games at like 10 or half 10 in the morning, which I thought, oh, that would be way better.
Well, that's interesting. We did a survey last year, and actually the number one time that came out on our Twitter survey last year was for 11 a.m. starts.
11 a.m.
Yeah, a lot of people wanted earlier starts.
Yeah, I think you're not doing anything in the morning anyway, on a Saturday morning. So if you start the game earlier, at least if you do have something on Saturday night, it makes it a lot better to get to. Yeah. That would be a goal. 11 a.m. starts.
Absolutely. But what about the goal at the other end of the spectrum? You talk about Australia and New Zealand. How do you cope if you've got a partner out there who plays 2-day games? And literally,
Yes.
yeah, that's a regular thing down in Australia.
Yeah.
Then you're done for, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I remember actually because we've done 2 seasons where Tyler's been out. He did one in Oz and one in New Zealand. So
Yeah.
thankfully, I wasn't there. I did 6 months rather than the 2 games.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't know. Well, that's why I do double headers anyway.
Absolutely. And I think the other thing that's interesting is, and I'm sure you won't mind me saying this, there's another set of cricket widows that I've got it even worse than you.
Mm.
They're the ones who've got kids.
Yes.
And I've got kids who play cricket on possibly a Monday, Tuesday, all kinds of bloody days.
Yeah.
And they've got the weekends there. Now, how they divert themselves from one to the other, no, nobody knows.
No, cricket mums, hats off to cricket mums. I mean, the thing is for them, they can't even leave the game if they want to, or if they are out, they are there for their sitting. And like you say, it's quite often a lot of nights, it's early Sunday mornings. Their husbands will also play. So a complete hats off to cricket mums. Yeah, they are.
It is a life goal for many cricketers to have their son or their daughter playing with them in the same side at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very respectful of the fact that that's a great life goal, but actually, more importantly, that makes it so much easier on the family, doesn't it?
Yes. Oh, yeah. You're going to watch one game. I think when you get to that point, it's probably nothing. There's nothing better than that. That's like right, the ultimate goal. Yeah. Because you're going down as a family. You're there as a family. And a cricket club is a great place for kids to grow up, especially nowadays. I think it's the fresh air, it's the outside, it's the no screens. I think it's a brilliant place for kids to grow up. Yeah.
Yes, and you've grown up, as you say, around that as well as hockey and been constantly outside. And I know that you're a big one for what you do with the All Stars and Dynamos as well. You just want them to be embedded in that, don't you? Just doing, and Northern are a great club for it, where they have lots of kids coming along. It is Northern where you do it, isn't it?
I actually do the coaching at Nelson Cricket
Nelson,
Club.
I knew when I said no, I knew. I
Yeah, so Northern have a great setup.
How many kids you got at Nelson?
At Nelson, we've got 60 juniors between the All Stars and the Dynamos, which is phenomenal. And yeah, roped into that like I know a lot of cricket widows are. I don't have kids though, but we're still there.
Absolutely.
But it's brilliant because when you turn up, it's on a Friday night, and it's probably one of my favourite times of the week. It's the families are down, the barbecue, the suns are out, and I actually at that point think, where else would I rather be? It's such a fab place to be at the All Stars and the Dynamos, and it starts from that. And the clubs can really grow from their junior sections, definitely.
That is one of our hashtags that we put on almost every post. It all starts at the clubs. Yeah, I'm very, very big on this. There is state school cricket going on and there is private school cricket going on, but they all end up at a club. And they all start at the clubs. And Nelson and the surrounding areas in Lancashire are absolute hotbeds for that, always have been. Like Liverpool's not the biggest hotbed in the world, but it's important to see those juniors come through. And it's great that you can coach them, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. I think as well it's fab that you're bringing it. It's a big part of the community. It can make the little local village or the local town, like it becomes a hub, and that's what we want. It's trying to keep that going because it's very hard nowadays. There's so much out there for kids to be interested in, and it's hard, especially now. So it's such a good thing if the kids can turn up because it gets the families down, and it's socialising time, which I think is decreasing quite rapidly around everything. So it's nice, social time for everyone. And
without a doubt. And looking at Nelson and Northern cricket clubs and knowing those areas really well, I'm guessing that slowly but surely over the last 12 months, your face has been known as not just Ty's partner or the woman who does All Stars Dynamos. It's literally now, hang on a minute, the cricket widow's here. It's being recognised that way, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes me laugh. So I had one the other week, and I've started rating people's walkouts, and someone was like, "Oh, it's the girl that rates your walkout." I was like, "Oh, yeah." So, but
But why not?
I know. I think in the cricketing world, it's such a small world, and it is such a nice little world to be a part of. But yeah, it is starting to turn and be like, "Oh, hello."
It's when you go to away games, isn't it, in particular, where somebody goes, "Hang on a minute."
Yeah, it is. But it's nice. I've had like people message after saying, "I've been there today," and I've sat down and managed to chat to a few people walking around, and it's lovely putting faces to names, because you quite often over social media chat to people a lot, which is lovely, and it's nice finally being like actually be able to meet these people and have a chat at the side of the cricket pitch, and you quite often sat on your own all day and watched. But it is really nice, to start saying hi to.
You are all in it together at the end of the day.
We are.
You are literally that sort of third team on the sidelines, aren't you? Whatever you think, you've got the two sides playing, but the spectators at the part generally at most cricket grounds, the spectators are going to be partners, wives, granddads, aunties, uncles, and then the stalwarts.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It starts with, like I say, the immediate families, and I think that's great, because if you can have a family day, you can have a family day. Brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. Got to ask you though, you've done all of this spectating of cricket. You've done all of this little bit of coaching of juniors, very young kids, shall we say. What prompted you to do the absolute madness and decide, I'm going to play hardball cricket in the Content Creators Cup this year?
Well, to be honest, I didn't think I'd get selected. So it popped up, I thought, oh, go on, Liv, throw your name in. You never know. But yeah, I really didn't. I got about 2 days before, because I'd forgotten about it, and I thought, oh gosh, like, what if I actually get picked?
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? And then sure enough, saw my name pop up. And that was it. I was like, Tyler, we have got 8 weeks, and I need to be able to play hardball, because I am not turning up and not knowing what to do.
And your captain, I am absolutely certain, Dan Jads, is absolutely loving seeing you put the effort in there, because you've got some, let's be brutal about this. You've got some good cricketers in your side as well. Dan Jads, good cricketer. Gareth Grant, can you cricket? Good cricketer. Pavel Florin, legend of European cricket. And then you've got Laura Bailey.
Yes.
Plays for Kent. I mean, you've got to get up to some sort of level there, haven't you?
You do. I don't want to let anyone down. Oh, but I was like, right, do I go for the batting or the bowling, or just try and get my fielding solid?
So there's the question. You've now done, what, 3 or 4 sessions with Ty. Which way are you going? Batting, bowling, or fielding? I think I know which it'll be.
I'm thinking batting.
You're a hockey player, Liv. If it's not batting, we've got a problem. To be
I know. No, batting, because obviously the hockey connection is hand-eye. That is my thing. Yeah. I need to start hitting it. Oh, Tyler's going to be mad at me now. To the right of myself.
To the offside.
To the offside. I can't play that shot yet. I'm always just going to the
leg side.
Leg side, that's the one. So I think he'll be happiest if I play an offside shot. I'll get a cheer then from Tyler.
Okay. I mean, if the really bad news is that I know somebody who's going to be on commentary for this, and it's me.
Oh.
So we will be looking for that offside shot. But I mean, you've got some great people around you helping you. And when you come down to Derbyshire, I mean, you've got a great bunch of people down there who'll help you there as well. I mean, you've got the original cricket kid, Jackson Bentley, in your side, and he's a serious cricketer. But you can get in the nets when you get down to Derbyshire and have a little go down there while you're at it as well. The big thing, I think, is you've got over that being scared of a hardball, because you play hockey, so you're not, are you, the slightest?
Yeah, I think I thought it felt a bit weird going to face the ball without my gum shielding. I did consider it. But no, I think it looks like such a fab bunch of people that I'm really looking forward to it. I am nervous. I think the ultimate goal is to not get a golden duck. And anything better than that, I'll be happy.
Well, I think it's fair to say, knowing you as we do, you're going to have the energy around the pitch when it comes to your fielding. You'll probably outdo a lot of them because your hockey fitness in particular is going to blow them away, to say the least. If that hand-eye doesn't hit the ball, I'll be amazed. And if it goes to the leg side and scores runs, so bloody what, to be frank.
Thank you.
That's the way I look at it.
I need.
Yeah, but it is. I mean, yeah, and the one thing you might, I've got to ask, has Tyler got you trying to do a reverse sweep yet?
No.
Now, as a hockey player,
I know.
You're used to that, aren't you?
Yeah, but when I watch him do it, I'm like, oh, what are you
doing? There's my challenge. I want to see that bat reversed by August the 4th.
Right.
Because as a hockey player, it's actually natural for you to do it.
Noted. It is.
Yeah, and you will be at the home of Wayne Madsen, who has got the most ridiculous hockey playing wrists playing for Derby. And if you watch him, if you watch him in T20, he plays a lot of shots with the wrists, and it's all down to his hockey playing.
Okay. I did say to Tyler years ago, I said, you should take up hockey. I think it'll do you some good.
Yeah, at my club, we've got a lot of juniors who play hockey and cricket.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
It does really work really well. Outside of preparing for that, you've also got, coming up this Saturday, you've decided to actually invite a load of cricket widows on a, what would we call it? Is it a team building workshop?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But for those of us who know the north of England quite well, the Otley Run is the least team building workshop you'll ever find in your entire life. Tell everyone about it.
Oh, so on the 5th of July, this Saturday, we thought it'd be great to get the Cricket Widows together. So the page has been going just over a year, and it's about time, I think, that we have a good get-together, we have a good laugh. There might be some shadow batting in there, but a pub crawl into Leeds sounded about right. We're starting from the cricket club just across the road from Woodies, which is the official start point. So the cricket club we are starting at St Chad's Broomfield that we are starting at across the road, which I thought would be very perfect. A cricket widow spin on it. And then, we're all dressed in whites, obviously, which was a big thing at the beginning. So I thought, Tyler got 2 sets of whites. Like everyone's playing on a Saturday, but no, we're on it, and it should be a really good laugh and a day out for people to kind of have off the cricket as well. Yeah.
And I'm guessing you've already know who's going to be going in terms of people who are going to be from over that way in Leeds and Yorkshire, some from over your way. So you've already got a good bunch turning up. Yes,
good bunch turning up. A lot of people, like I say, out of the north of England thought it was a 10K run or something. So I was like, well, come and cheer you on. I was like, there's no running happening. It's a
completely no running. It's the complete opposite of running, to say the least.
The opposite. I said there were no running involved.
I've got to ask the really most important question, though. It's on a Saturday.
Yes.
Is the Play Cricket app banned for the day?
Oh, that could be a forfeit, actually, on the day. Play Cricket app orphaned, shot.
Absolutely. That could work quite well, couldn't it?
Yes.
It could be dangerous, but it could work quite well, to say the least. Yeah. And the idea of getting all these cricket widows together and just, as you say, talking about what you put on your page week in, week out, it can't be anything but good for your mental health, can it?
It can't. And I think that's the thing. My page I set up to be very personal and just a place for us to chat and relate to, and I want to keep it like that, and like keeping it very personal and meeting up and getting together. That is what it's all about. And for your mental health, it's massive. And I mean, playing cricket for guys is massive for the mental health, and I think it is brilliant. Yeah. But also it is the mental health of the women as well, or the men on the sideline that have to live with the cricket as well, because it is a lot, and it's bringing everyone together. It's laughing about it and thinking, no, it's all right. We're in this together, and we can have a really good day. And get to meet everyone. It'd be really nice.
Absolutely. And having spent a year building it as you have so far, You're building it slowly but surely, nice and steadily. You've had some great stuff going out there all the time. But as you say, to be able to look people in the eye and talk to them face to face, I can imagine you're going to get sick and tired of hugging people on Saturday.
I am a hugger, so it's all right.
There it is. Just put it out there.
All the hugs are welcome. Yeah, definitely. It's just making it a community, and it's making people feel like they can just turn up and they can just drop me a message, because it's being someone for people to speak to about it, because quite often it's who to go and speak to. I think a massive part of mental health is talking about it, and when you talk about it, it all becomes a little bit better. So it's kind of being someone that people can feel they can chat to me about it.
Absolutely. And I'm a big fan of our friends opening up cricket up in Liverpool, and Mark, who's done a great job there and actually doing exactly that, and getting cricket players to talk about their mental health and clubs around it. And this is just your version of that, isn't it, at the end of the day?
It is. I've recently just started a course called Powered by Mates, and it's all about using the people around you to get you through stuff, and it's just having that conversation. So I think, the page I've linked really well, because it's like it's powered by Cricket Widows, and it's like it's making it open to have that conversation and making it easy to chat about it and not such a big thing.
Yeah, most definitely. I think one of the key things for us is, we've backed you guys from when you started last year. We're serious about our Premier League cricket, no two ways about it. But actually, you have to have fun with it, and we have to think of the whole family of cricket that's around there, and that's why we applaud what you're doing all the time. And I think what you've done in particular is you've had no expectation, and that's the nice thing. No expectation, just put it out there, and if nobody replied to Winner Wednesday, so what? But actually, they reply in their hundreds.
Yes, they do. Oh, it's brilliant. That's probably one of my highlights of the week is Winner Wednesday, because the amount of replies and laughs that we get. And I know that people message and say, I've just sat and read every single one out to my partner. And we've had a right laugh. And it's come quite a fixture in everyone's week, which is lovely. If I get one reply, if I get 70 replies, it's so nice that people can just have that time to have a laugh. And if they are quality time, is chatting about Winner Wednesday on a Wednesday evening, brilliant. It's
absolutely
brilliant.
I think we all need to have something that's a fixture in our life that makes us smile, and that is the one that a lot of these girls obviously do, isn't it?
Yeah. Which I love that.
Hey, Liv, it's been fabulous talking with you. It's been a long time coming, this, obviously, since last year, but I'm really pleased that we've got round to doing it. Anyone who fancies that little bit of a team bonding session this weekend, head to Leeds and the Otley Run. Find Liv on the Instagram page, and she'll obviously send you all more details if possible. But also, August the 4th, Monday, Derbyshire County Cricket Club. And I'm going to say what I said a few weeks ago, Liv. You're going to get to play on the hallowed Derbyshire County Cricket Club, where Ty didn't last year.
That was said. Have you played on Derbyshire Cricket Ground?
Exactly. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, her partner did have to get involved in it was a rained game, and it was a bowl off in the indoor centre instead. But hey, it's one of those things. You're going to get to play on a county cricket ground. The boys at Derbyshire will look after you brilliantly. Aidan and all the guys from Cricket Casuals will be there. We'll be there as well. Look forward to catching up with you there, and have a good time on Saturday.
Thank you very much, and thank you so much for having me on.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks for joining us at the Premier League Cricket Club. We'll be back soon with more from the world of Premier League and NCCA cricket. But in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review and follow us wherever you get your socials. Or maybe check out our website, premierleaguecricket.co.uk, to stay updated. Until next time, have a good one.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Lowe's knows how to help you save. This July 4th, get up to 40% off select Maytag laundry appliances. Plus, get an additional 10% off when you buy 2 or 3 select major appliances. And when you buy 4 or more, you'll save an additional 20%. find the right appliances and features that fit your home's unique needs and style. Shop Maytag 4th of July deals at Lowe's. Valid through 7/9. See Lowe's.com for details. Savings vary based on purchase amount. Selection varies by location.